Hello, welcome to Fast and Loose. This is our theme song, Out, which is just the #1 staff pick on Epidemic Sound for the month.
It's catchy.
For the
Feel the groove.
That beat almost gave me some
happened to
whiplash.
Blackout?
I'm glad you turned it off.
That went way longer than I expected.
Welcome to Fast and Loose. I've prepared no topics.
Yay.
Sweet. I don't know. I've never been here before. Hi, I'm Jason.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Jason Wishnov, everybody. He's
So we just-
making games.
We just talk about stuff. We just talk about whatever we want.
Whatever we want, yeah.
Whoa.
And then I got some shit from the patrons, too, if we feel like it.
If we run out of random things to talk about.
Yeah.
Go.
Someone hit me with like a deep philosophical question. Go.
Why is there no God?
Well, usually don't have to justify the non-existence of things. Anyway, moving on.
People seem hung up on it. I don't know. It
I
doesn't seem like that difficult a quandary to me.
I don't know. We're in here. I'm excited to be back. This is technically my second time back in the studio because we were doing some testing. Hello.
For Mysterious Monsters Season
Mysterious
2,
Monsters
coming
Season
back.
2.
So that mic, yep.
Coming back soon. Well, not soon.
Soonish.
It takes a long time to
sometime.
edit those motherfuckers.
You guys are presumably going to be on there at some point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
point.
Get excited for those Season 2 patch notes. They're
Oh
we're
my
gonna
God.
drop those
Changes.
things like they're hot.
Yeah.
We made it better, prettier, faster, everything. It's gonna
Whoa.
be
Maybe
it's gonna be
worse.
fantastic.
Optimized.
Maybe worse, but probably not.
Probably better.
We got some good stuff, so I'm just pretty excited about that.
Some really fun stuff. that
Yeah.
I
All
was-
right. Well. All right.
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited. This time, I think I'm going to employ some strategy.
Oh!
As opposed to just swinging in the dark.
What was it gonna be? Are you gonna be cheating?
No.
Yeah.
I forgot there were like items and all
Yeah.
that. I
Oh,
was
yeah,
blinded
yeah,
by
yeah.
when I was in there. I
Blinded
got
by the
tunnel
lights.
vision and
Yeah.
I didn't really
Yeah.
strategize.
There's a lot going on.
For
Definitely, I think I haven't done a comprehensive study of the previous episode of Mysterious Monsters, but I definitely think that it's probably true that people who use the items well do the best.
More
Yeah.
than being the best at trivia.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Like
Utilize the
good
toolkit.
item utilization,
I noticed,
especially
yeah.
double damage, and the hammer is real good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get that gold.
you
got some
can
new
win without getting everything right with that.
I need that.
Are you guys gonna give Huber hard words to say?
Oh yeah,
that was never part of the original
it
design.
became,
that,
yeah.
But that became a huge thing. We're like, and we'll never let him know in advance what those words are, how to
We've-
pronounce
so good.
anything.
We've also built in a lot more like weirdo gonzo questions
Oh.
where like Hubert, like we're leaving it on him to like even
Interpret,
understand
yeah.
what the question is even trying to do.
One of my favorite things is right after he reads the question, I don't even know what the hell that means.
Yeah. Like Huber's playing a game show with the contestants on the game show. We're playing a game show with Huber's mind.
Yeah. Yep. True.
100%.
We're just doing it all to
Huber's so
entertain
good.
ourselves. But yeah.
I'm distracted by these questions.
All right, fine. We'll jump
All right,
into
we'll
it.
jump into
Haley
the question.
Nicole Miller, what's your dream movie cast? Just any movie, I guess.
Brandon Fraser, Keanu
Okay.
Reeves.
Oh shit! All
teaming
right.
up in something.
Rachel Weisz,
Yeah, everyone from The Mummy,
Everyone from The Mummy.
1999,
the entire cast of The Mummy, hottest cast of all time.
Anya Taylor-Joy. Can we get her
Oh,
involved?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
involved. Somehow.
Yeah, throw like sprinkle the rock in there or something. Like,
Get the rock in
like
there.
dusting of
Yeah.
The Rock.
Yeah.
The rock a bone.
Throw
Yeah,
the
he
rock a
needs it.
bone.
Yeah.
needs work.
Steve Zahn. Get Steve Zahn.
Who's
in
that?
there.
Bring him back.
I don't know
Steve
who that
Zahn.
is.
He's in Sahara. He's in White Lotus right now. Actually,
Oh.
just White Lotus.
Steve Buscemi. I
Oh,
want
Steve
Steve
Buscemi.
Buscemi.
Oh,
Jeff
so-
Bridges.
Have you seen
Wow,
Boardwalk Empire?
Dude.
No.
Oh,
Is it good?
Yeah.
I've seen a few episodes. It's fantastic.
real good.
Kelly McDonald. She's from that.
Get her in there, yeah.
her in there.
Everyone in Ted Lasso, which I love. So
I have
much.
yet to see it.
Oh
'cause
my
I don't-
God,
I
this
don't
is
have
the
Apple.
best.
This is an insane. Kate Blanchett.
Mortal Kombat movie.
They said-
They're just Mortal Kombat
Oh
characters.
yeah, yeah.
we
We're
can justify.
rebooting.
Yeah.
We're rebooting Mortal Kombat with A-listers.
Good.
Brandon Fraser, Shao Kahn. That's what I want.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So our next question.
Well, they don't go in order.
Oh, they don't go in order.
Oh no. Well,
Okay.
this is a lot of questions.
Star
Wow.
Drifter, do you ever stop and wonder if you're the dreamer or the dream?
No.
The answer is yes
I don't
to
think I've ever
both.
thought about that.
You're both, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's the only correct answer there.
Yeah. Favorite second in command, says Super Sushi. Gotta be Riker,
Second.
dude.
Darth Vader?
Oh.
Huh.
One forgets that he's not in charge.
Kefka.
Oh.
At a point, I guess.
Yeah, early on. Mind Emperor Gaston. That's an interesting question.
Gotta be Riker, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess
Number
I'll-
one.
I'll allow it.
I mean,
Over Darth Vader?
we can have our own. Star Wars is dead.
No, it's not. It's
Not dead. If you had seen the anime trailer this morning, you wouldn't say that.
All right.
If
Mandalorian.
anything, it died in fucking like the 90s with the prequels and it got resurrected. And
Only
now it's
to
like a zombie
die
corpse.
again.
Yeah.
But it's like Dracula. It just keeps coming back.
keeps coming back.
Here's actually a side question. Do you believe, in your heart of hearts, not nostalgia, not relevance in film history, is Darth Vader a compelling villain on his own? Because there's, at least for the first two films, or first maybe film and a half, like, there's not a lot of nuance there.
I would say the onion gets peeled back on him, especially in Empire. So I
Yeah.
do think, I mean, there's hints of it, his like past in the first movie. So I think it's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
I think he is in the original trilogy because to me also it's like the Joker. It's like the less you know, often the better a villain is.
Yeah,
Right,
it's like
because
his.
You're wondering, in the first film, there's like nothing given. Like, what
It's
happened
his
to this
relation
dude?
with
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
What's with
Yeah.
the breathing? Like, you don't really know
Yeah.
anything
He
about
said
any of
like,
that.
I forgot if he said that he killed Luke's dad in that. But it
Yeah, he says
but
that
it's
in
mostly
one,
about
yeah.
Obi-Wan and them being master and apprentice.
Yeah.
Also,
So-
I love that in like an adventure story. Like, I love that when our heroes are involved in something and like the mentor level, like the older generation, they've got all this history and beef and shit, but our
Yeah.
heroes don't even
They don't
know
know
the
about
whole
it.
story. Like, they don't know anything about it. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's neat. Sarah Knight wants to know Peach, Daisy, or Rosalina.
Rosalina.
Rosalina for me.
100%.
I think
Yeah.
Pete's just the old school.
Yeah, Peach. Too classic.
I love Rosalina. I love Galaxy. Galaxy is one of my
Galaxy's
favorite games
great,
of all
yeah.
time. Well,
Love
of all time.
Galaxy
It's
too.
incredible.
Galaxy, yeah.
Yeah,
Galaxy
Galaxy
1 and
both,
2.
yeah,
Can't
they're
even
so
pick.
good.
I mean,
Can't even pick.
they seem like one game to me.
They do.
Sure,
They
yeah.
seem like one
I could
game.
see that.
Yeah. I think it was originally gonna be like some kind of expansion. and
Oh,
they were
really?
like,
They
it's
always
gonna-
toy with
Like
like
Silk
ideas.
Song.
Nintendo always toys with expansion ideas and like
It
never
makes you
does
wonder
it.
why there's no Odyssey DLC. Like, are they
Yeah.
just making Odyssey 2?
I'm shocked.
I
'Cause
think
know.
they
it's the-
must be.
The game's even tailor-made for it. It's like kingdom based.
Just-
You
yeah.
release new kingdoms.
Launch
Yep.
another kingdom in there.
I'm
know.
actually shocked that even Odyssey 2 hasn't. Or I assumed that was going to come like super
Yeah.
fast.
We all did.
COVID fucked everything up.
I don't
Maybe.
know. Yeah, it's rough.
They've got a weird. They're weird about like
Everything?
Everything.
Unpredictable. Yeah, unpredictable.
Nickelodeon, Nintendo,
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Same thing.
Same company.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, they
hey,
own them.
dude. Salute your shorts.
Cancel your shorts.
Yeah.
Wait, what? I don't know.
Salute your shorts.
Yeah, cancel your shorts.
It's technically Camp on Awana.
Camp on a
We hold you in our
We
hearts,
hold you
right?
in our hearts, and when I think about you, it makes me wanna fart. That's the
Yeah,
Say
the
the
bully
li-
kid.
Get it right or pay the price.
yeah.
Hey,
What that guy says.
Hey, dude. Zach Chapman, can you convince Brad to make a spin-off Tabletop Escapades show about bird cough?
Only if it's him by himself for an hour. And it's all just improv.
Dude.
I have to do every character.
Yeah.
It'll be
This
yeah.
is fast and loose. I was just getting up.
Yeah.
I don't
Adjusting
even
the
know, I don't even know what's happening.
I'm making sure that I hit record on the audio.
And it has to be like at a
Yeah,
beatnik.
we're cool.
We have to like film it at a beatnik club or something. You know?
You're doing slam poetry,
Yeah, as
improv
Bird Cough.
D&D solo
Yeah.
No,
as the DM and the characters.
I'd watch it.
I would watch that.
Sounds really good.
100%.
Let's do it, Brad.
Or take ideas from the audience.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a suggestion?
Yeah, I
Give me
need,
a location.
I need an occupation and a location.
Okay.
So wait, it's in-universe Birdcough is doing an in-universe
Yeah.
improv show?
Yeah. After the circus, he
I need
like,
a
decided
location.
to branch out.
Yeah.
I need to express myself or something like that.
Now I really want to see this. Birdcough, if you don't know, was a character Brad played in our D&D campaign.
He was a lot of fun.
What was he, an orc?
Yeah, he was an orc bard.
Yeah, pretty funny guy.
Excellent.
Parasite Paladin says, "Tell me about it." I know, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Carlos Lima wants to know what they should have for lunch tomorrow.
Japanese curry with white
Ooh,
rice.
that's
Maybe
good.
a chicken cutlet on top if you're feeling crazy.
Ooh, okay. Have you ever had mazimen?
No.
No.
It's a brothless ramen. It's really good. There's a place here in LA called Mogu Mogu.
Is it? It's Japanese in origin. It's
Yeah. It's a thing. Mazimen.
But broth is
Mazimen.
delicious.
Are
It
the
tastes.
noodles
I really
crunchy?
like it.
They're crunchy noodles? No.
I had shinsengumi last week. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I love shinsengumi so much.
Yeah. That's what is that? Mango-based.
No, that's huilaoshan.
Oh my God.
Totally different. I mean, come on.
I don't know.
Shinsengumi is a local ramen place. There's a couple of locations in Los Angeles. Huilaoshan is a Hong Kong-based mango dessert place on Sawtell. I mean, we should just go hit pause on these cameras. We'll go grab it. We'll come back. We'll have huilaoshan.
I'd love to go get mazimen. I had it 2 days ago and I want more. I don't know how late they're open. Probably not. Still
No,
open.
there's
Not
no
this
way.
late.
Probably not.
It's 2 a.m. right now.
But yeah, have some Japanese
It's
food
4:17
apparently.
a.m.
We're grinding it.
We can sleep when we're dead.
Yeah.
Jeff, damn it.
Jeff, ZOVGM
knows I'm
Easton.
on it.
Here, you read it then.
As a hypothetical question, in the off chance that one of the panelists on this episode of Fast and Loose happens to be developing a video game, how would that person tease said video game to the audience?
I love
Again,
this.
completely
I
hypothetical.
love this.
Well, I have an idea for making a game for the play date.
Oh, well, so hit us with that, and then I'll go.
Oh, I thought you were making a game.
I thought...
Jeff,
What's happening?
We're both making a game, so we're both going to tease our hypothetical upcoming
I knew you were
games.
making a game. I was just jumping in front
Do
of
you
it.
want to make a game for the Playdate?
Yeah. I told you about this. My
Ignored.
you know the Einstein zebra logic
Oh, you want
puzzle?
to make the Einstein logic puzzles into a Playdate game?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be making that into an RPG Maker.
Right. No. It's an RPG. It's a story game where those kind of logic puzzles are the
gameplay.
The gameplay, but
Okay.
it's an overarching story, and I thought it'd be fun for the play date.
How would it use the crank?
Ingeniously.
Like Mousetrap?
All right. I guess I'm just pitching my entire
Now we're
game.
pitching the game out.
So nobody steal this. I want to do this. So in the play date has the crank, right?
Yeah.
So you're a little, I don't know, whatever, detective or something. You're gathering clues for the stuff, right? And those logic grid puzzles have like the different items, like blue T-shirt, red T-shirt, orange T-shirt, Sally, Jessica, Mary, whatever.
Yeah, on the left and the...
Yeah, 7-Up, Coke, whatever, and you line them up, right? So if you take the crank and you go up 180, right? So you're like flipping it up like that, the notebook will come up into the screen, and then that's got the puzzle for that episode on it. And then you flip it back down, and it
So you're
goes
just,
down
it's
again.
like you're flipping the notebook
Flipping the
like
top of the
that.
notebook up, and then there is a secret thing with that, but I don't want to say it because I want people to figure it out
Gotta keep some
for
surprises.
themselves, because there's a whole other thing to it, but you have to discover that as you
I'm not
play.
gonna say it, because that could spoil it.
Yeah.
If I were developing a game, how would I tease the game? How would you know what my game is? How
I don't know what I'm allowed to say.
just something teasy that doesn't really give anything away. It's
It's a game. Don't make me do
Moore,
this.
It's Ben Moore's perfect game. It's Ben Moore's.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know what that means. I'm kind of scared to say it out loud.
Yeah, I think Ben Moore will absolutely adore this game, maybe more than anyone else. On the allies.
It's Ben Moore's perfect game if he had a different interest set.
Okay. So if you were a different person entirely,
I don't know how much I could say.
not much.
Yeah.
It's a good tease. I'm salivating over here.
Got
You
it.
got pre-orders yet, or what's happening with this thing, Jason?
It's very stylized. It's very colorful. It's very like wacky.
I love
It's
this.
got a lot of like wacky, insane stuff. It does not take itself super seriously.
A lot of puns.
Nice.
Are you making a Borderlands game?
I'm not.
And
but
music is a factor, yes
maybe,
or no? Is there
maybe
music?
not. There is music.
Is there good music?
There's
Video
great
games
music.
have music.
There's great
I'm
music.
just not
Sometimes.
sure. Not
Jimmy
sure.
Henson's working on our soundtrack. The man is a genius. Big giant, aka Big Giant Circles. He is incredible.
Way cool.
He is getting crazy work done.
Are these some exclusives right now? Is this some
No, it's not.
I knew we'd get something.
It says buy already.
Okay, all right.
And the music has some dynamic elements as well. So it's not
I
just set it and
love
forget
that.
it. You know, it's going to be reactive to the gameplay in some way, which is always really fun. I
What's
love
your
games like that.
favorite
Oh,
use of
dude.
dynamic music? Or your favorite example?
I think that this is such a small example, but when you are in Super Mario Odyssey, actually, so you know how you can like cap on the electric thing and then you're going up and down the lines, and when you're going up and down the lines, it makes this like but those notes are customized per level to perfectly sync up with and blend with the background music as it's playing.
That's crazy.
And they customize that per level and even by the speed that you're moving. It's incredible.
Damn.
So
Love
awesome.
it.
That stuff's incredible. I love that.
Camille good tease, great tease.
Yep.
Camille Ramos says, aside from Fast and Loose Internet Talk Show, what's your favorite Easy A content to record?
Well, I only record one other piece of Easy A content, so
Mysterious Monsters.
is for me.
Yeah.
I guess the betting specials are really fun
Oh, those are fun.
because every time it falls apart.
Yeah,
Every time
yeah.
rules
Yeah.
fall apart. It
I
just
think we've done a pretty good
dawned
job
and you were like arguing about how stuff
Keeping
Gotta
works.
go to the council.
keeping things pretty orderly. I mean,
I've been called in once or twice for like a council.
look,
Yeah.
I mean, look, the council, things are starting to come down hard. I don't know what the future of betting specials are going to look like here. Regulation is a reality. And I don't know what sort of oversight these betting specials are going to start to have. But I
Government's
think
going to step
God.
in.
the
government's-
council snagging up more and more
Wow.
power. So
Damn.
yeah,
You might have to like establish an independent council,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
separate from the
Shadow
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 Council.
Council.
Shadow Council.
We already have it. Well, the council is a shadowy group, so now we need some sort of
We need to even
Advisors.
Yeah.
We need the
Trilateral Commission
deep
level.
state council.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Deep State
Patriots,
Council.
dude.
Is there a known upcoming
Lule Lalo-
betting special, or is
Lule
that
Lalo-
currently not yet on the books?
No, we
That's
don't have
not
that.
been announced. Yeah.
Interesting.
Is it betting specials for you too, Don? Your favorite?
Oh yeah, betting specials are a blast.
How about you?
Yeah. Well, Fast and Loose is fun. Easy Update often has fun stuff, but yeah, Mysterious Monsters is like a lot of fun to actually do.
Oh,
It's also like the most work.
For you, for me, I just come in for the shoot and I'm basically done.
I make you carry stuff sometimes.
All right, I carry
like
some
we
things in and
physically
out.
have to
Yeah, we have
move
to, like-
things around. It fucking sucks.
but the editing job is like
The editing job
brutal.
is heavy. One of the harder shows to edit for sure.
Yeah, so many.
Trash
angles.
Babies was a lot of fun. Too.
Yeah, Trash Baby was good.
We got some fun stuff. We got some good
Oh
content.
yeah,
we
some of
had
the
a nice job.
It's Huber's Prison of Love was really fun.
They
though
are.
we haven't done another season yet, but that was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. This show changed a lot when we started having the questions, because the first few episodes, it was just nothing. We would just go.
Sure.
And sometimes I wonder if it's better this way or that way. I think I like getting more involvement, you know.
Sure, yeah.
We could like take 10 minutes and say we're just going to talk about whatever, then come back to the questions. We have a
I mean, I
hybrid
think
approach.
that maybe will happen naturally if we get a really zesty question.
Zesty?
But we also, don't be afraid, is what I'm saying, of, you know,
Just jumping off.
yeah. We're not here to answer questions, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're just
Oh.
here.
We're just talking,
Just living.
living
Yeah.
life.
The ever-going nightmare. Whose pits are the sweatiest? Asks Josh Burcham.
Right now,
Right
or
now?
in general?
Well, you know,
My
when you
pits
have
are
the
kinda sweaty.
layer, it hides
little bit.
the sweat.
I'm pretty dry right
I'm
now.
a little moist.
Let me tell you, it depends on the shirt,
I'm
and I gotta
pretty
say
dry
something.
right
My only criticism of these shirts, they don't breathe.
They don't
that
breathe.
well.
Don't say that.
But it's
Right?
They-
Why are
This one's out
breathe
of
great.
The new ones,
great.
the new
Breathe
ones
great.
breathe great, right?
This one breathes okay.
This one's out of print.
I
so,
went most of the day without deodorant on because I forgot until I got here.
yeah.
Yeah, there's absolutely.
I was sweating bullets putting my makeup on this
Yeah.
at like noon.
There's no evidence though.
But when you wear a black shirt, it hides potential pit moisture.
True.
Yeah.
It
That's
does.
always a
yeah.
benefit of wearing darker shirts.
Right
That's
now,
true,
They
yeah.
smell great.
I actually,
I'm sure.
So I like had a
I use
period
native,
of
actually.
3.5 years of like pitching, and like I consider myself like pretty calm
Mm-hmm.
when presenting, but it doesn't matter. Your body is just like, hey, I need to
Stressed out.
sweat a whole bunch now.
Yeah.
And I
Sometimes
realized
I start
it's like necessary when you pitch to not only like bring a change of clothes to have like a fresh set right before you go in, but to have at least one layer to prevent pits being visible. This is a hot tip for you aspiring game devs out there pitching. You gotta hide those pit stains. You gotta seem cool and collected.
I've discovered the love. This is the first time I've had sleeves on in weeks.
Yeah.
I've been wearing sleeveless shit so much. I love it. Ooh.
Ooh.
You don't think, Jason, the sweat sometimes could convey passion, though? You know.
No, I think you
Sometimes
You
in
don't want to go in
Vegas, I
looking like
heard,
a
you know,
coked
they
out
do the-
maniac.
Okay.
And I'm already 70.
Here's the deal.
He's a genius.
Yeah. Have you ever, like, during a pitch done something and just noticed someone in the room you're pitching to did not approve of whatever just happened?
A hard crowd.
Oh,
tough
for
crowd.
sure.
Tough
100%.
crowd.
When we were pitching Netflix, we wanted to play them the beautifully orchestrated new version of the theme song.
Yeah.
We played it for like 30 seconds, and one guy was just like, let's hear the pitch.
Whoa.
Damn.
And I was like, holy shit, okay.
One thing I had, so I went over to my neighbor's house and I actually told them they have some acting experience. And I was like, I want you guys to be as rude as humanly possible. Interrupt me, cough, like say a bunch of shit. And then when it's done, like ask questions that are just complete asshole questions. Like, why the fuck would anyone care about this? Or like, what did you, what were you thinking when you thought of this idea? Like just total
That's good prep.
Because
That's
then
good, yeah.
nothing could possibly be as bad
Yeah.
as that.
Damn.
Yeah.
That
Harsh,
was-
man.
Yeah, but it helped. I think it helped. Like just getting prepped for the worst possible scenario.
Yeah. And I mean, I've done a lot of pitching, not a lot, but some pitching. And it's terrifying, but nobody's ever been like outright rude.
One time I was laughed at.
Wow.
One time
Ooh.
I gave my like log line opening couple lines and the dude literally laughed. And then he goes, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Wow,
And I
what
was
the
like-
hell?
It's like, Jesus. It was some like random.
That guy sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, it wasn't like a major known publisher. It was just like a funding group from like Taiwan or something. But what a jerk.
Rude.
So I know that Isla's pitched before, but I don't know if you have pitched, but like what would be dream projects that you guys have that maybe you would theoretically pitch? Could be film, could be TV, could be games. You know, what kind of game would
I
you
would pitch to Nintendo a 2D turn-based RPG in the Zelda universe.
Everything you just said makes me want it now. Why hasn't Nintendo done that?
I don't know. But like, I think that'd be super sick. Just make it a turn-based RPG in the like where you play as
Like-
like Zelda, Link, and like Ganon or something. Just think Super Mario RPG, but it's in the Zelda universe essentially.
God.
That'd be cool.
It's like not the craziest idea, but I think it's something really fun and
or like
No, that'd
could be a
Mario
cool twist on
No, that'd be
Zelda.
incredible.
Mario Cross Rabbids Kingdom Battle, but Zelda?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Well, not an RTS though, like a traditional
No,
like Final Fantasy
turn-based, yeah.
Chrono Trigger.
I'd say it's different idea,
I would
yeah.
give the example of Mario RPG and Chrono Trigger for the game.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Well, Nintendo, what up? You just heard
Yeah.
that pitch. 100%. Dom, hit me. What's your pitch?
Let's see. I think I'd pitch something VR based. I think it'd be like
race.
traffic simulation type game, but it's a pattern. It's a pattern recognition game, right? So you're dealing with lanes and you're dealing with flow, and then you're dealing with the distance you have to travel.
Damn.
And it's all
And you're in
about.
tra-
Is it
You're
a God
in the
game
car?
or are you
no,
in the
no,
car?
you're in the car,
You're in the
right?
car.
Yeah, but you'd have
We
to have
live
some
that.
kind of.
You live in LA.
Well, this is how I thought of it. I've been,
John's all
I've been
sweaty.
developing
He's
it
like,
for-
I'm
reality.
I've been developing this for a while.
Imagine you're in the car on your way to this meeting.
So you.
No, yeah, and you'd have to have some kind of top-down perspective. You could also switch between because you need to be able to get some distance to the lanes. You know, they're like kind of like slots, just like sliding. And it's all about predictability and patterns. And it would be like you'd be rerunning the same areas over and over and over again. You know, like every day, kind of like a
You're
commute.
trying to maximize your time?
Yeah, exactly. Optimize your time and recognizing.
My
the
new
patterns
car
and
has
how
a
they
top-down
change.
view. It's pretty crazy.
I could see.
think
I
that'd be
could
great.
see that being really cool.
Easy,
Like
big
so-
seller.
Yeah.
Roguelite, put some roguelite elements in
Yeah,
it.
like great. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get like a special like ice. You get an ice cream horn that'll like distract one car, and, like open up a lane. You know.
Oh
Do you-
yeah, get them to react. Only some bunch
Yeah,
of people step
yeah,
on
yeah.
their brakes.
Yeah.
Is there a rage meter? Like a road rage meter?
No, I don't think so.
So it's like a Zen traffic experience.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of like blank simulator, games on Steam and
Yeah.
whatever, and a lot of them like do shockingly well. But is there a traffic simulator?
I don't
know.
think
Don't
there
take Don's idea.
is.
Yeah.
I think we should do this.
Yeah.
It's like Desert
We
Bus.
got a lot of
It's
experience.
like Desert Bus. Yeah.
Well, and there was that mod. I don't know if it was a mod or like a different mode, but there was a mod for Flight Simulator where you're just a passenger.
you just
You're just sitting in this
That's good.
on like a jetliner doing nothing.
Wow.
All right. I think those are some good pitches.
That's great.
Do you
pitches.
have Do you have a game pitch that you
a
would
game
give?
pitch?
I mean, you want to make your play dates.
I want to make the play date
That's
thing.
sorta
I want to
like a
actually
person-
do
'cause you
that.
could, like,
I'm gonna
you
try to
could
do
make
that.
that. You
Yeah,
could
I'm
make
gonna try. Well, especially with their thing Pulp, I'm gonna try to do it.
Yeah.
Please don't take my idea.
Don't take Isla's idea.
I mean, I'm working on some projects right now that I'll have to pitch eventually, but I shouldn't talk about those. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to pitch all kinds of shit.
All
Yeah.
crazy shit.
I want to pitch Mysterious Monsters.
Yeah. Let's go to Netflix.
Yeah.
Let's go. Serious Monsters coming to Netflix. Just kidding. I mean, no. It'll always,
that'd be
it'll always
nice.
live here, you know, at Easy Odds. But also Netflix.
Nah, dude, if we got it on
Yeah,
Netflix,
if they pay up, yeah.
Yeah, no, we would take it to Netflix. We would. You watch it there.
I mean, I'd probably still work here because it's fun, but, you know, I'd disappear for a month every year to shoot Mysterious Monsters.
Sure. I'm in.
Why not? That'd be great.
All right.
And you already pitched your game. You're making it.
It's nice to not have to pitch right now.
Yeah.
And we'll probably have to start again soon.
If you could work on a game, like a known established IP, what would you want to work on?
I mean, there's no question. It's the game series that by far influenced me the most growing up, Final Fantasy. But that's almost functionally impossible.
Yeah,
The
like that would
idea
never
that,
happen.
like a Western random
Well, they're
developer.
like, hey, we're making a job-based Final Fantasy game. We're gonna let you design a job.
I mean, I would do anything for that. I think the best theoretically that could ever happen is if I achieve so much fame as a developer that maybe Square would be like, you can do a weirdo Final Fantasy spin-off or like a Gaiden or something like that.
They have a lot of spin-offs.
They do. That would be like best case scenario.
All right, wait. Let's brainstorm some new fucking Final Fantasy jobs. Like Final Fantasy Tactics 2 is
okay.
happening,
Okay.
and there are new jobs in Final Fantasy Tactics 2.
Do they obey the sort of same general game
Let's
rules
say
and
they're for
systems
Tactics.
as
Yeah.
That's an interesting
They're in
one.
Ivalice or whatever.
So we've got...
We got all kinds. There's Dancer, Summoner, Calculator,
Yeah,
Thief,
I'm trying to think.
Barbarian, whatever, Warrior, Fighter, I think it's called.
Librarian.
Ooh.
And the librarian obviously utilizes the power of books, and it has to do so there's like organizational schemes that you can enact, and so like it's like alphabetical is one, or like level top to bottom is one, or whatever, and so all the characters on the field are then take a certain order based on whatever organizational scheme you pick, and if damage is done to all people, kind of like Calculator, but it will be done the most to the people at the highest end of the spectrum. So that way, you might take some damage too, depending on where your guys are in that order. But if you kind of look at everything and predict correctly, then you can do much more damage to the enemy than to yourself. Or there could be other benefits, or different things could be applied.
I kind of want something that gives mobility in a weird way,
I
like
was
an
thinking
engineer or like something weird. Like you could say
Moscato.
carpenter, like a carpenter. You could build something like a ladder mid-turn to like help your units get up somewhere.
Like some kind of slingshot, like a warp point that would
Sure,
take
yeah,
one
you
of
could
your
make
characters
a
to
portal,
somewhere else.
yeah.
That would be cool.
Something to help with mobility.
Yeah. There is a teleport ability in that game,
Yeah.
but it's only for one person, right? It's only for that character.
Right,
Yeah,
but
I
like
think
everyone could go through
Yeah,
this
yeah.
thing.
Go through it. That's a good idea.
Don, any thoughts?
I have no idea. What would the job be for risk analysis for the encounters, right? And somehow
An
I don't know how-
accountant.
I mean, calculator.
Calculator, yeah.
Calculator is basically that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess so. I don't know.
Insurance agent.
Insurance agent. And you can put wagers on your guys.
Like if that one dies,
yeah.
then
Or the
everyone gets a huge
gambler.
power
A
up.
gambler.
There is a game. Well,
Constant odds.
not in Final Fantasy Tactics, I guess.
Non-tactics.
Like Bravely
Setzer,
Default. There's like a
yeah,
gambler. and-
Gambler.
I was thinking something along I know there's blue mage, red mage, whatever, but I was thinking of an elemancer, elemental, but there's a job class for each element, and so you'd have to pick that, a water mage is really powerful if it's raining or there's water on the map, but basically useless if they're not.
Yeah.
So if you have a water mage, they can travel through water anywhere on the map. If it's raining, they're unstoppable. But if you take them on the wrong fight, they're just
Well,
useless.
then, I think a weather mage would be really
Weather mage, yeah.
Modify the environmental characteristics
Oh,
of the map.
yeah. Because they do have that's great. Weather mage.
Weather Mage.
Yeah.
Sounds
I like
also,
that.
yeah,
and you can try to get lightning to hit, but it's
Yeah.
a chance
Right,
thing.
it's too
Chance,
random
yeah.
to and it's a wide effect area, so
Yeah.
it might hit some
Good
of your
damage,
guys.
which
yeah.
then starts fires too.
Yeah, then the fire mages could take advantage of the
Yeah, the
fires,
fire mages
which
are taking
creates
advantage of that.
updrafts, which
Yeah.
the parachute mages can use. Let's make Final Fantasy Tactics 2!
Call us up, Square.
We're listening, but don't speak Japanese. So
Yeah.
might need to go through someone.
It'd be weird.
Yeah.
That was fun. Cathal Fallon asks, do we need more smooth jazz or less smooth jazz in porn? Discuss.
I'm gonna let you guys take this one.
I gave up on porn maybe a decade ago because it was rewriting my neural pathways and giving me a variety addiction, a novelty addiction, and it was making me appreciate the women in my life a lot less. Also, though, since transitioning, my sex drive has turned to almost entirely non-visual, which has been an interesting change and a kind of a nice change. So, yeah, I don't know. I miss porn sometimes, but I think like the way an addict misses something.
Everything rewrites your neural pathways, though.
Yeah.
But that was like really rewriting.
I was getting, I think I had like, I wasn't diagnosed as having like a novelty addiction, but like.
Oh.
This is not related to porn, but like I kind of have a novelty addiction just in general. Like I am constantly seeking new experiences and thrills in life. And even if something is perfectly good, if I've had it before or done it before, I'm very much less inclined to go after it. And unfortunately, that sort of affects me too in relationships because I'll be in a stable relationship or I'll have been dating for someone a while. And there's nothing wrong. They're sweet. They're nice. We're having a great time, but it's not new anymore. And I think that affects everybody when the honeymoon phase ends. But I feel like it affects me like more than average. And I really have to make an attempt to like.
Not looking at porn helps with that.
All right. Well, I got to tell you, Isla, I'm probably not going to stop looking at porn at this exact moment. But maybe, in the future, it's something to consider.
If you're in a relationship, I recommend for your mental health, stopping looking at porn.
Or you could both watch porn together.
Yeah, or that.
More smooth jazz.
More
smooth jazz.
Definitely more.
More smooth jazz.
Yeah, the answer is definitely more.
Sorry, my mom doesn't know these exist. It's fine.
What, this show?
Yeah.
She'd have to be a patron to watch it. So, sign your moms up.
Someone's going to gift my mom a subscription.
Oh, this is a fun one. Asbel Zapruder wants to know, what physical object have you had for the longest amount of time?
Physical? I don't know. Like a stuffed animal maybe from when I was a baby?
I have Teddy Bear Blanky on my bed right now. I got it when I was like 1 or 2 from my cousin Heather, and I still have it. I have it on my bed.
I have like a 2-foot kachina with real eagle feathers, maybe taller, that was given to me as a gift as a young child, and I've kept this with me. It's been a hassle at times because it's very delicate, it collects dust, you have to keep it clean, has like real fur on it. I've kept it in everywhere I've gone, I've always had a storage locker. So I've always kept the kachina in the storage locker because I figure if anyone ever breaks into my locker, it's sort of an intimidating thing. The kachina lording over all
What's
my
a
stuff.
kachina, just for those of it's like a
Native American dancer.
The dancer,
has
right?
a real ornate.
That would terrify me if I broke into a storage unit.
Yeah.
I like to picture that your house looks like a
the
like
back
a museum
office
almost when you go inside.
You know the Bates Motel, the back office with all the taxidermy. It's like that kind of vibe.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've been to Don's house, and I can confirm. Yeah.
That wasn't
or like
my
an
real
antique
house.
store.
Oh, okay, that was his dummy
That was
house.
a show house.
Okay. For the friends, for guests.
Yeah, sure. I famously don't like owning objects. I hate having stuff, and I'm a minimalist, so I don't actually think I have anything from my childhood. My mother does, like trophies and random stuff. For me, I think it's my alarm clock, which is like a straight up 90s alarm clock. It's like a super old Sony thing. Yeah.
Oh,
pretty much.
man.
Sweet.
I get immediately depressed when I even see alarm clocks.
Why? Do you not
Because
like
I just
waking up?
no, I don't know.
It's one of the worst experiences
Yeah.
you can go.
Waking up is the worst.
To an alarm. To an alarm. Like.
I'm never as tired as when I'm waking up, to quote LCD Sound System.
True.
I have a lot of sleep-related depression trauma from my teens.
Were you bad at sleeping at that time?
I was really nervous about sleeping all the time. Yeah, I've talked about this before.
Do you ever get freaked out at just the concept of losing consciousness? You're like, when is it going to happen? Why don't I ever
think
notice
about that
moment?
Yeah.
Like, and then you just temporarily, and then you're like, calm down.
Yeah.
Stop it. And then,
Yeah.
I'm
I
pretty good at
realized I
calm.
don't remember my dreams much. So then my sister was like, "So what is it like when you go to sleep?" And I was like, I hadn't really thought about that, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I just kind of pause for a second and then wake up."
Yeah, but there's still a sense.
You can
in your
tell that
mind
something
time
that time has passed.
Yeah.
It's not like those times. Sometimes that happens where like you don't realize you fell asleep, and then suddenly you're
snap.
waking up,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Oh, that's the worst."
Medical procedures can do that. If you go under
Oh.
anesthesia, your brain doesn't do that stuff.
Oh.
And so when you like wake up, it just feels like you literally closed your eyes and opened your eyes. And you're like, what happened? That's very
Damn.
very weird.
Damn.
I've had one or two
What,
medical
what
procedures.
were we
in
originally
my
talking
day.
about?
I don't know.
Because
Physical object.
Kachina.
longest amount
oh
of-
yeah,
Yeah.
Brad, you have anything?
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, I said like stuffed animals from when I was a kid, but I
Oh,
was gonna
right.
ask if you guys have like night terrors or anything, because I get them sometimes.
Oh really?
What defines a night terror versus a nightmare?
So it's like you're
Paralysis
For me,
thing, right?
yeah, it's like
that
I'm half
sleep
asleep
paralysis?
almost, and I can't move. Like I'm fully like I can think kind of normally. Like I'm like, oh, I can't move. I try to move. You try to talk, you can't talk or anything like that.
God, that's terrifying.
Seems terrifying.
Kind of panic. Then you're like, okay, it's fine. I've done this multiple times, and eventually, like, if for me at least, I just like move. I'm like, oh, thank God, like I get out of it.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
Yeah, it's
Do
not
you
cool.
have do you see like shadow men or
No,
anything? or
no, nothing
Wow.
like that.
It's just
that
like
I just can't
you
move.
do not yet have control of your body.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because your brain hasn't released it gives you a chemical when you fall asleep to paralyze your body so you don't flail all over the place,
which would be funny.
which would be pretty
it would
funny.
be funny, yeah.
Yes, but you could
Probably a
hurt yourself.
good thing that we.
Yeah, no, that's a
Ragdoll
that's a
off
solid
your bed.
evolutionary advancement
Yeah.
there.
What's the best kind of bread? Gabe Hawk wants
It
to know.
depends, I guess. I usually go wheat though.
Yeah, I like wheat bread. A good ciabatta is pretty good.
Challah, baby.
Oh, naan. What am I
Naan,
talking
garlic
about?
naan.
Naan
Garlic
is my
probably
favorite.
the best bread.
Yeah, I like plain
Oh,
naan,
if it's just
garlic
on
naan.
its own type of bread we're talking, or
I mean,
like
just
in
bread, man.
combination.
Challah bread is really good.
I mean, sourdough is nice if you get the smaller slices, not those big giant long ones.
Sourdough, I don't know. Too
It's just
sour.
only a few things you
Too
can eat it with.
sour.
Yeah.
Too
But you make
sour.
French toast out of it.
Love
Yeah,
French
think.
toast.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jacopo Ameli says, "What are we? Some kind of The Suicide Squad 2021 by James Gunn?"
Will Smith.
Will Smith said that. Bonus question: how do you get over heartbreak that was now 2 years ago, and how can I stop getting flashes of regret?
Oof.
That's a good question. The rule of thumb I've heard is that it takes half the time you were with someone to get over them. So if you're with someone for 4 years, it'll take you 2 to get over them. If you're with them for 6, it'll take 3.
Obviously, a very loose rule.
Very, very
Fast
loose
and
rule.
loose,
Yeah,
one
very
might say.
fast and loose rule. It has proven kind of true for me. I was
Sure.
with someone for 7 years, and it took like 3.5 to get over them. So it kind of held true there. I've had other relationships where like a couple of months later, I was like, all right,
I'm good.
I'm all right.
I think a thing that I would do is focus on something, like get involved in something
Oh, yeah.
where you could like occupy your mind. I feel like just sitting idly around and your mind just starts thinking on its own.
Yeah.
It could be bad. So
Yes.
get something to distract yourself.
Yeah, exercise.
Like don't let it consume you, I would say, but
Also, I would say that it's harder earlier in life.
sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then probably harder again
Experience.
later in life. But like
But in the
right.
middle, it's easy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, though. Like, it was tearing my life apart when I was 25 or whatever, and, like, depressed about
I think as you
that
just get
girlfriend.
older, you just learn to deal with stuff better.
But yeah,
Yeah.
breakups a couple of years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, last time I had one, but, like, it was not as bad.
Mm-hmm.
I guess also there's a thing that my therapist calls scaling, where, like, bigger tragedies kind of put into scale smaller tragedies. So, like, after a bunch of people die, you're like, breakups aren't so bad,
Sure, yeah.
you know?
And you've just got to like one thing with breakup or anything traumatic like that, any loss. You're like, you just have to trust that like your reality that you're stuck in at that moment that was so connected to this person or whatever it is actually going to, whether you can
Right,
imagine, you
right.
can't imagine it at the moment, but you have to trust and know that that's going to change. And in most ways, usually for the better at some point, you know,
Yeah.
like, things open up.
There's an old homosexual proverb, it gets better. But that's true and of this too. Like, it does.
You can't
yeah.
really imagine, like what might be right around the corner, the kind of thing. Whether if you're like feeling.
If there's one thing that
lost.
life loves to do, it's change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you think like you can't find someone else, you know,
Yeah.
to make you happy or that
Probably
same feeling,
not
in,
true.
there's a lot of people out there.
Yeah. lot of
Lot of
like
people.
statistically
7 billion.
Yeah.
like your brain can't even comprehend how many people are on this planet.
Yeah. My favorite, this is kind of a side subject, but it's, people talk about billionaires and like, whether that's immoral or not. And a lot of people are like, I don't know, like what, they have a lot of money. And I think it's because the human brain, can barely comprehend a million, right? Like
Right,
we
right.
barely even know what that is. And then we talk about a billion and people don't have an inherent meaningful understanding of what that number means. So here's my favorite comparison to put those two numbers into scale. 1,000,000 seconds is 13 days. 1,000,000,000 seconds is 33 years. That is the difference between 1,000,000 and 1,000,000,000.
That is crazy.
That is wild to think about.
How many seconds is a million?
1,000,000 seconds is like 13 days.
Wow.
So you go through 1,000,000 seconds every 13 days. For 1,000,000,000 seconds, it takes 33 years.
So we're all over 1,000,000,000 seconds old.
I'm over 1,000,000,000 seconds old. Yeah.
God's not even 1,000,000,000 years
Not even
old.
1,000,000,000 seconds old, you youngin'.
Good.
Yeah. Yes, I'm 35, so I am over 1,000,000,000, I believe.
I'm
Yeah.
42.
Brad's the oldest one.
Oldest
Yeah.
one, 84.
Yeah.
Looking great. Do skincare.
Use lotion and sunscreen. Yeah.
Yes.
Oliver Leland. Hopefully we answered your question. That was a great question. Oliver Leland, do you think the video essay format and its explosion in popularity over the past decade or so has had a significant impact on movie/game criticism? Does it affect how you approach new game reviews?
Yeah, I'd say that's had a big impact on movie and game reviews for sure. As terms of how I review something, no, because we don't review like in that format. Our review style is very different than that.
Yeah, we essentially still use the same game trailers format that we
Yeah.
always did.
I don't have a problem with like long reviews or anything like that, but it's just not what we do because it'd take fucking forever. If I were like a 40-minute review.
Is that like a video essay is typically considered a very long form breakdown?
It depends. Length isn't inherent in it. I mean, they're usually like 10 minutes, minimum, but sometimes they're like 2 hours. Like ContraPoints is like, 2 hours or something, and like Nerd Writer is 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of them.
I used to be in gaming media. I wrote for joystick.com.
Oh, shit.
Nintendo DS fanboy.com and briefly for G4TV.com.
Whoa.
Back before I became a developer. And we never did like video stuff. I just wrote. I was paid per review to write it, went right up, or the blog post format at Joystick.
Oh, okay.
Which was like per blog post basically. So I like never had to even produce video stuff. And even kind of as a baseline, I think you guys don't put out pure text reviews.
We do.
You do.
Well,
Well-
no, sorry, not pure text. We do the video, then we have a text
the
version
text
that
is,
you can
is
look at.
available.
But not,
yeah,
not
yeah.
But it
always
always
video.
goes along with
Always
the
video. Yep.
Yeah.
Very different. Very different.
Yeah.
Sean Dupree says Robin Hood is public domain. Pitch it or ditch it. Sucker Punch presents Ghosts of Nottingham.
Sure. Yeah.
Jones would play the hell out of that.
any Robin Hood. For
Yeah,
that
oh yeah.
property.
Except
I
for
think
the
Fox one.
the Ridley Scott one was fucking terrible.
Oh yeah, no, I just mean any future, like a game.
Oh, yeah,
Robin
yeah,
Hood
yeah.
themed, that'd be way down.
I'd like to stop on Craig Belmont's question. How would you like your steak cooked? It's medium rare, and if you go above medium, I do question you. Medium's fine. Medium's okay.
I haven't had beef
medium
in
rare too.
Yeah.
I stopped eating beef in Chicago, so probably 12, 13 years ago, but I used to just do medium, I think. Or medium rare? Yeah. I don't remember.
I usually do medium.
All right.
I
We're all
don't like
fine
to
then.
go too risky.
We can still all be friends.
I think I do medium.
I just don't think I'm that picky though. I would like if I got a well done steak, I'd just eat it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be like fuck this shit.
I have heard. I mean,
I'd
I've heard
send it
from
back.
multiple.
Yeah.
I've heard from multiple chefs that I know that
Go on.
that I in fact was roommates with know that if you ask for well done, I mean this is common
give you the
knowledge
worst cut.
that it's that upset. Not only that, but it's upsetting to the chef.
Really?
because It
Wow.
just means that
That
there's
intense.
no
It's like asking
palate
for
out
ketchup.
there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're
Yeah.
right. Or A1
Now
sauce.
that said, I've been eating less and less beef. I think over the years.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I can ever stop eating In-N-Out burgers. I love them so much, guys.
Oh, yeah,
They're
well-
so
Sure.
good. But I think
Never
that-
had one.
I mean, we're jumping into now vegan and ethics territory. I do think that perfect is the enemy of good here. I think there's a great way to simply reduce consumption by offering great, alternatives and candidates.
Sure.
And it's a hard sell to get people to completely give it up. It's difficult, but Impossible Burgers are really good.
Impossible Burgers do
I
taste pretty
will
good.
happily. Eat
I
them.
think if you have competitive price wise,
Yeah.
more people would be open to it because a lot of
Yeah,
the healthier
that's a
stuff
big
is
thing.
more expensive.
Yeah,
Or
true.
people are just
Yeah.
like,
That is very true.
screw
To
that.
bring
Like
that
McDonald's
down-
ain't giving out health food.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the
there's
dollar
a way
meal-
to bring that down through the magic of science and capitalism.
But I mean, that's the thing. If we're talking about capitalism and climate change and stuff,
It's pretty necessary.
it's necessary, but at the same time, it's one of the great ploys of corporate America to like put the onus on us.
Right, that our individual actions will have such an effect when it's like massively
an entire
tipped toward
lifetime of trying your best, while important and good, is like one day of pollution from like a major corporation. You know, it's just like they need to reform. You know,
Well, the biggest thing that we can do as individuals is probably hope to enact political change.
Right,
But
right.
of course,
Vote.
That's vote. But you
Yeah.
know, that's very difficult too due to lobbyists. And we could go down this rabbit hole. But,
Let's go down the rabbit hole. I don't understand this.
Jess got Rost killed on purpose.
Uzi suicide.
I don't
Is that
know.
a spoiler?
Is that a Friends?
That's a Friends thing, yeah.
I think that's a Friends thing.
Jess, made famous by Jennifer Aniston and Rost, played by David Schwimmer.
Yeah,
She killed him in the finale.
yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
And then she went and took her job in Paris, which she should have
Spoilers.
done anyway.
Yeah.
Nod and smile.
Sheldon, yeah, I feel like we just got. I don't know. Sorry if we just
Maybe.
spoiled something. I don't fucking know what we just did. All right. Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by these sons of York. I don't remember the next part.
Neither do I. But that was beautiful.
Encore.
I wish I knew more.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows. That's a different.
Bravo! I didn't expect an encore.
Bravo.
Two houses, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. That's a third one.
Need one more. There's 4 of us.
Keep going.
We don't
Keep
know
going.
I did Hotspur, but I don't remember.
Oh no.
I don't
Have you ever
remember.
been
Tempest.
in a
You got
Shakespeare
some?
I've just
production?
done monologues. I've had nightmares where I woke up and realized we were doing a Shakespeare play we were like in the play, and then I had to go. It was my turn to go on, and I was wearing a costume, but I didn't know which play we were doing.
Oh,
So I was like
man.
trying to do like context clues to even know which show we were
Improv
in.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Shakespeare's a
Were we in
nightmare,
Midsummer
dude.
Yeah. Towels, overrated or underrated?
Underrated.
Towels are
dude.
great.
Tanner,
Great.
that's
Towels.
Towels.
yeah.
That's a little
They've
general.
got dry off,
That's
dude.
general.
All the
Yeah, I
difference.
mean, we're talking fresh towels or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Being around, say you're a guest at someone's house, right? And you're near their towel, and you have a hypersensitive sense of smell,
Oh.
and you
Okay.
can smell their towel needs to be washed
How often do you wash your towels?
This is
out?
something every single time. Look at
as
this.
often as I can. If I want in-unit laundry so bad, I would wash my sheets and towels weekly.
Daily, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
supposed to.
if not more. I would wash them like constantly.
I used to travel every single place I traveled with towel. I would bring my own
With your own
towels.
towels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was just because of like, yeah, sometimes at hotels you're like, whatever, you know, you just, I
Yeah.
don't know, but
Yeah.
I'd travel to visit family too. And I remember when I'd go visit my family, I'd have to like, just because of that reason, sometimes the detergent smells weird or something.
Yes.
It's nothing weird, but they would
Yeah.
like take offense to the fact that I'd bring my own towels because they think it was like some kind of judgment of like I didn't want to use.
Well, if you have a
so,
very
so I'd have to
sensitive sense of
secret.
smell-
I'd have
And
to
I have
secretly,
I've got skin allergies, so I can't
Sure.
have like detergent with fragrances or dyes
yeah.
on me.
It's like
I
bringing
didn't
your own
think it- yeah.
blanket.
But it was just I
fine.
didn't have those same things. It was just
Yeah.
it was about
Yeah.
bringing my own blanket. But it was just funny because I'd have to covertly like break out
Sneak
my
the
towel
towel
and like dry off
through
and
the
then take it
shower.
back to my luggage.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? Think you're better than us?
And then
I
they'd be
see
like,
that
they'd be like,
towel.
what are you
I
bringing
see
your own?
that
You
towel.
brought your own towel.
Hey, who's that
wrong
towel? Whose towel is that? Man, having a hypersensitive sense of smell is a blessing and a curse. Like, person in the building across from me's detergent makes my nose runny every night.
Whoa.
Omar's like deodorant or shower or something makes me sneeze in the morning.
I remember it when we were at Defy. There were a couple people in the offices, and like as soon as you'd like you're super sensitive. Like
There was a person who used to work at Game Trailers that wore, back in the Viacom days, that wore so much cologne, I could literally it was like my brain could translate the smell from my nose to my visual cortex. I could see where they had walked
That's
based on their
incredible.
Whoa,
smell.
was it
like a
Brad
German,
Pitt?
it's like a German.
It was
how,
it was like in Donnie Darko, that like weird liquid thing, or in The Abyss.
Oh. Now we all know what you mean.
a German Shepherd.
It's like
It's awesome.
it's crazy.
How long were you all together at Game Trailers prior to its demise?
I've been around. Well, were you there before me?
I was there
trying to remember
longer.
that.
Yeah. I was
So
there for
you-
quite a
yeah.
while. I wasn't there from the beginning, but I was there quite a while.
So
Were you the
right-
first? Were
No,
you,
no.
like-
Blood,
Right
and,
now-
Blood
Yeah.
and Jones was before.
Yeah, I think right now
Jones
Jones,
would be
started
first.
it, and then Blood, and then
And
I
Damiani was there
Damiani?
before me as well. Yeah,
Damiani, then you, then me, then it
Then
was
Ben.
Bossman.
Oh yeah, Bosman, then Ben, then Huber, then me.
Yeah, it's Ben or Huber for one of them. One or
Ben
both
and Huber,
of them.
yeah, was like right around the
is
same
the deep
time
one.
or something.
Ben was
Yeah.
an intern first, and then
Okay.
was gone for a little while. I think
Oh, okay, then he came back.
we didn't really pay much attention back
Sure,
then because we were just editing and doing
There were
having the
so many
time of our
people,
lives.
different big stuff.
There were 14 editors back then, and we were like a different unit.
14 editors.
We technically worked for Viacom, not game trailers. So sometimes we would cut Comedy Central stuff or Spike stuff. We just most of the time cut game trailer stuff.
Wild.
Yeah, it was bonkers. But yeah, I'm not sure on the order after that. But Brad's the newest.
I was the newest. Yeah, I was there for like a year, maybe.
You started in the Defy era.
Yeah, it was already.
Elise-
The ship was already
really?
sinking.
Yeah.
at that
Had
time,
Elise
yeah.
left yet or no?
No, Elise was there.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
worked with her for a while.
For- must have
I
been
was
a
at
year
the
or
second.
two.
She left at the second office, like right
Second
near
building.
the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were with us for a good 2 years, I think.
I
At
don't think it
Defy.
was 2 years. There was like a year and a half, maybe.
I think we were Defy for
it
2
2
years,
years?
maybe.
Shit.
I think.
I don't think I came there right when you guys moved over, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how many E3s I did with you all there.
I
Maybe
tutored the
one or
SAT.
two? I don't know.
What?
I tutored the SAT. That was my pre-everything job.
Well, I've had a million jobs before this.
I've only had like 5 jobs ever. Like,
Really?
I don't even. Yeah.
I've been working nonstop since I was 14.
Yeah.
I've been working since I was 15, but it's only been like 5 jobs.
Wow.
Yeah.
A career.
I don't know.
Career.
I sprayed liquid smoke on boats when I was 14. Then I worked at the hospital in
The
IT.
morgue. Oh, damn.
No, cleaning and printers and stuff and fixing computers and taking viruses off computers. Once I put a virus on a computer and then had to take it off accidentally. What was after that? Oh, then movie theater in St. Croix, then movie theater in Chicago, then coffee shop, even though I've never had coffee, and then the same movie theater again. And then I worked for the college, and then I worked at that movie theater again, and then I worked in the Board of Trade doing videos, and then when they fired me, I went back to the movie theater and got that job back. Freelancing throughout. Came here, worked at a terrible job called This Week In, and then I got game trailers
And then something called
about a
Easy
decade
Allies,
ago.
so-
Yeah, and then Easy Allies.
It's a lot of jobs.
Is that movie theater still open?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them are. Well, the St. Croix one is a different building now. It moved up the hill. And then the theater in Chicago I worked at is the Landmark Cinemas in Chicago.
What was
Over
St.
in,
Croix? Lemley?
No, that was just Falls 5. I think it's Falls 8 now. Falls Cinema.
5.
It's a local.
Falls 5.
Yeah.
It's like Fast 5.
Anyway, that's my entire career.
Cool.
Lots of freelancing too.
Yeah.
Viacom and whatever.
Sick.
We're not all going to do that, huh? Okay.
I worked at Boomers, an indoor amusement park. Then I worked at GameStop. It was EB Games and actually became GameStop while I was there. We got
EB
new
Whoa.
Games.
Yeah, that was my thing.
new
Then in
shit.
college, I
Love
worked
EB
for
Games.
Joystick. Then when I came out here, I did like SAT, ACT, GRE, GMAT tutoring, whatever. Any tutoring that anyone wanted that probably had something to do with math or science or programming, I did. And then game developer.
Cool.
I guess voice acting, if you count that.
That's
but
a job.
But it's like it wasn't a career. It wasn't like a thing I did every day. It was like
Yeah,
randomly
yeah.
I'd get
Sure.
called in and do it. I mean, the number of hours I probably spent in the booth, even through everything I've ever done, is probably in the like, I don't know, 200 range, maybe. Like
Pretty
so it's-
good.
I don't know, but it's like it's hard to call that like a job. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gig.
It's a gig.
It's a gig.
I've
Yeah,
had
it's a gig.
gigs. I've had
Yeah,
gigs,
yeah.
but, like, you know.
Let's see. My first job, I worked at PetSmart
Nice.
for like a year, I think. Then I worked at a pizza place with a bunch of my friends for a while.
That sounds fun.
Then I did hair for a couple years.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Then game trailers, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that lines up.
Don?
And this.
Let's not go down that road. It would be a long and winding road. I worked
Bounty
at
hunter?
a lot of places. I mean,
Hitman?
boy, I wouldn't know where to start. Yeah, it would be something.
Tax attorney.
Tax attorney.
Repoed cars.
Repoed cars. That's right.
Whoa.
What?
Backstory for Don.
Yeah.
Greyhound
Did you
driver.
actually repo cars?
Briefly.
Man.
Cool.
That's not
Dark
that hard.
No.
Didn't think it was.
Christian Duenas wants to know, what movie have you watched the most amount of times? Not necessarily your favorite, just most watched.
Most
I
watched.
know this one immediately because it was always on TV. Back to the Future.
Oh.
That's a great
the first
one, yeah.
first one.
Constant. I've probably seen that film like
I don't
50,
know.
60 times.
I watched like the first 3 Star Wars movies a fuck ton when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like all the
That'd
time.
be up there.
All the time.
Yeah, as a kid, the kid stuff wrinkles it. Because, like, as a kid, I would obsessively watch, like, Care Bears and Wonderland.
Yeah,
and
you watch stuff
like, over
repeatedly.
and over and over again. So I don't actually know the numbers, but it's probably Princess Bride, maybe Die Hard.
I'm also not left-handed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bride's so good.
Princess Bride is, like, that's definitely my favorite movie.
It's an incredible movie.
Yeah.
It's
Big Lebowski, I haven't
good.
seen that
Oh,
the
yeah,
most,
Big
but
Lebowski's
I have it memorized.
Batman Returns would be mine.
Ooh.
for sure,
Sure.
for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I watched that like every single day for like I think an entire summer.
So
one
done here.
year.
We're going back and we're watching Batman Returns.
The cabin that we stayed at over the weekend that I made us leave a day early because it had scary
You
art.
need to tell
in the
that
living room.
story right now for the
Oh.
camera. Hold on, because you should.
Well, they had a VHS and collection, and they had Hook, Jurassic Park, Batman Returns, MIB. It was great. Yeah, so Sophia and I went up to Idlewild over the weekend, and we stayed in this cabin, Airbnb. We had 2 nights there, Friday night, Saturday night. We were supposed to check out Sunday at 11 a.m. And, we had hiked and we went to a nice dinner Saturday. But the night before, Friday night, the first night, I had fitful slumber. I couldn't get to sleep. I was worried because there was a bunch of, like, tchotchkes everywhere, like decorative stuff all over the place. A weird mishmash of all kinds of stuff.
Like
Like,
Don's house.
yeah. Your classic, like, baby doll looking
at
at
my
you.
place.
Yeah, is that Don's house?
Maybe another relation to Don's house in just a moment.
But like lots of kind of appropriated Native American art, mixed with like weird Christian craft art. Like there was a cross with a 13 on it that I was like, that's weird. Like that seems like something. Like what is that? Lots of stuff, but then just like lots of tchotchkes and like weird mugs that had like faces that would look at you and stuff. But there was a mask and like some art with like a woman coming out of it. And like, I don't know, man. I was getting vibes off all these tchotchkes.
Yeah.
Like they were all looking at me, and I couldn't be relaxed. So I pitched to Sophia the second day while we were at dinner. I was like, hey, what if we just left? What if I just drove us home right now? Because, we would have had to get up at, 9 or whatever, get ready and leave. Like, and like we'd already gone around the town. We'd already, whatever. And we were going to hit a mall on the way back, but that was like the only thing that we were going to, So I was just like, I didn't sleep great. Like I'm kind of freaked out. Like, I don't know.
Mask scared you.
The mask was scary. There was a mask on the wall, and I was scared.
You get home after the long drive. You're unpacking the car.
And
at
the mask
the
is
bottom
there!
of your trunk. There's a decorative set of porcelain clown faces.
Yeah. Well, and that's what, like, because then I told Jason about this, and he was like, please tell me you have pictures of this stuff. This
Yeah, I was like,
creepy
you
stuff."
have to show me this.
And Sophia was like, we got to take pictures. And then I said to her, and I don't believe in any of this shit. Like, I don't believe in this. But, like, I was like, don't take pictures. I don't want it to, like,
will come
follow
out
us home.
picture
Like,
with you.
yeah. Well, and then it was made worse because the first night I kept picturing, like the mask stepping off the wall and getting a shadow body, right?
scene in The
and
Nun.
standing right there. It was shaped kind of like a nun, so who knows?
The
But then
Nun.
it was made worse because Sophia and I went down to go pee because the basement or the main floor had the bathroom, so we went together down and not at the same time.
Flashlights.
Yeah. But then she looked directly over at where I had envisioned this happening, and she goes, okay, no ghost.
Oh god.
And I'm just like, fucking what?
Oh god.
And then she's like, yeah, I had a dream that there was a ghost down here.
Oh god.
And I was just like,
we got
ah! I was just like, and like, despite having had weird experiences with maybe ghosts that I can't really explain, I still don't like believe in any of this stuff. But I was so freaked
in
out.
the middle of the night in a weird
And in the
place,
middle of the
yeah.
night, and like I said, like, my entire teens were punctuated with a fear of not being able to get to sleep. So like, I take it pretty seriously.
Just tying into that.
It was tying into that. So I was just like, hey, what if we left?
And you did.
And we did. Yeah, I drove us home at 10 p.m. through like winding mountain roads, which was another challenge.
Oh yeah, you were in Idlewild.
We were in Idlewild.
That drive
so
is rough. That's like
coming back, the first half is like all mountain switchbacks, 2-lane, mountain switchbacks.
Now, no judgment at all. I'm just curious. Give me a percentage number in your mind. 0 to 100. 0, no way in hell. 100, absolutely yes. Existence of ghosts. Percentage chance. Are ghosts real? What's your number?
Oh, I mean, you'd have to define ghost.
Some form of spirit, supernatural being, even an energy from beyond the grave, even if it's not necessarily like what we think of as a ghost. Something there.
I don't think there's like someone who died going around fucking haunting your house kind of thing like that. But the idea of like a spirit or something like that, yeah, I could buy.
Give me a number.
A number?
Yeah.
Oh,
0, there's
pretty
no
high.
way. Pretty
I would say
high.
100%.
100%?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then there's no doubt.
Oh, yeah. I believe there's like some shit out there. Yeah.
Then there's no doubt for you.
Yeah, but I don't think there's people like, old man Rumpelstiltskin haunting this house,
With a ghost axe.
Yeah, I died here, now I haunt this. I don't think so about that.
Very certain. How about you?
Yep.
0 to
Yeah,
100.
I think I tend to agree.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a direct, literal set thing like that of a passed away person, but in terms of beings of energy that we can't perceive or something necessarily that are
100
present,
though? Also 100?
probably in the high 90s.
All right. High 90s. Because 100 or 0 are both like crazy. They're like
Yeah,
very
well,
strong answers.
I think about it like this. I'm like, well, the universe is so big and expanded out there. Like, who's to say this could not exist? Like, fucking obviously could. It's just like there's crazy like millions of galaxies out there. Like, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Galaxies.
At that point,
Yeah.
And quantum mechanics has like there have been theories floated where they're like, hey, can we measure consciousness after death and stuff? And some people are like, oh, maybe like there might be a measurable thing. I mean, I think that there's a vast amount of shit we don't know scientifically.
Yeah.
Like I think that what we perceive as ghosts are stories passed down from night terrors, or people saw some ball lightning and didn't understand what it was. That's a will o' the
Ball
wisp.
lightning is wild.
Well, ball lightning is weird.
I've witnessed.
Aurora, like whatever, like all kinds of unexplained things back in the day gave us the stories that we have now. But that said, like I've had experiences myself that I can't really explain, and that other people have verified. And I'm just like, okay, I can't explain that.
As humans, we always want to understand everything,
Yeah.
It's like we always try to figure stuff out. I just think
Right.
there's some stuff we won't be able to.
And
I think they
that's
actually mathematically proved that there was a recent video about this called The Hole at the Bottom of Math, and it's basically saying that there will always be things that they proved it mathematically that we cannot know.
Right.
That there is no way at all logically to know everything there is to know. It's actually impossible.
I think that it's a great sign of intelligence, and among the greatest gifts you can give yourself is accepting that fact that you won't know everything. You'll never know everything. You don't have any of the answers. You can't control anything.
I mean, it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? The more you know, the more you realize how much you don't.
Right.
You know? But that's no excuse to stop learning. We should all keep learning.
Yeah, you should
So I guess I don't know.
definitely learn.
Whatever percentage, I guess it would be 50%. I'm on like, hey, could be anything.
But I think your definition is sort of changing there, because you're saying like it's something like scientific according to the rules of our universe that we just know nothing about.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think that anything that exists, so it would therefore be subject to the laws of science. Whether or not we know those laws yet is another thing. Like something that is unexplainable, mystical, magic nonsense to us right now is just something we don't understand yet. So there's nothing that exists that doesn't exist and doesn't, adhere to the laws of reality.
I think a lot of people that believe, and again, I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but like people that believe in God or spirits or ghosts or Jesus or whatever would say those things are beyond the ken of science, beyond the scope of science. They're like, well, it's not. They're not subject to the laws of our universe. It is a higher power.
Which
than that. But wouldn't that be science if that were
that's
real,
just
right?
meta
That
science.
would- yeah.
You're like, if this is our
Still,
universe
yeah.
and there's an entity that exists outside of that universe, they have properties.
Right.
If they exist, even in like a multidimensional, crazy ass meta universal state, they still would exist in some way or have some kind of like rules that So like even if God is real, God would have properties and God would exist in some way. So like then science, like that's the thing that people don't understand about science is like it'll just change to include that.
Science changes.
Like nobody,
It's constantly evolving.
It's like
And that's another thing people do not.
the only thing that I think is incorrect or wrong in a philosophy is if it's immutable. Like if you think you know everything, you're wrong. Like if you've got the answers, you're wrong. Right?
So you can only be right by not having the answers.
Right. I say with complete confidence.
Wait a minute.
Wait, it's a paradox. Yeah.
Yes. Fast and loose, everybody.
What's your percentage?
Well, again, I think these definitions, like as I perceive, like the persisted consciousness of a person after they die, very low.
Yeah.
Like, again, like if you were to die and then there's some.
I hope never to die.
Yes. Why would we ever want that?
Yeah.
Well, eventually, time is very long. But if you were to die, Isla, and then like someone was saying, I hear Isla talking to me in my head, or I see, Isla's shade, that very low. Like I do not believe.
Yeah. Probably
like,
that's
maybe,
them, not the
right,
spirit. Yeah.
Like 3%, 5%, something like that. However, going back to what you guys were kind of saying, like some kind of being that is not necessarily adhering to like a traditional physical form as we see it,
Sure.
or some kind of consciousness that exists outside of that sort of realm, I'd put that at higher. And you're right, the galaxy the universe is an incredibly large place. So that stuff, I'm feeling similar to Isla there. I'm feeling like 40-50% is where I would land if I had to put
I
it
love
on.
thinking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like not only like because people get hung up on like on aliens and stuff like UFOs and stuff, and I'm like, I'm thinking like dimensional travel. Like, what if that's like humans from a different reality,
Multiverse,
or like
dimensions.
that stuff
Possible,
is cool, dude. Many worlds is a neat idea.
I'm always bummed out by the speed of light. It's so slow.
I think we're wrong about the speed of light.
I do not think we're wrong about the speed of light, actually.
No, I mean I think that we've measured the speed of light, but I think that things can probably go faster than
I actually
it.
disagree, and I will tell you why. I know that we just said that anyone that thinks they know all the answers is probably wrong, and you're probably right about that in general.
I guess I just say this because I assume that everything we think right now is probably wrong.
Well, like, not everything we think is... Like, we learned Newtonian physics and how the apple drops, and that's accurate, right? That's predictable, repeatable,
right.
It's right, but it turned out it ended up not being the whole case, because then we learned about relativity and special relativity, which still breaks down to Newtonian stuff at low speeds and low energies. It still works, but now we have a better model that includes more specific cases. Here's why I think we can't break the speed of light. It turns out that if you break the speed of light, you break causality. You can make something happen before it starts.
Which haven't they done?
Time travel? No, I mean time. Yeah,
but they with spooky action at a distance and quantum entanglement.
It still doesn't break.
But it's instant.
It's right, but you can't transmit information through quantum entanglement. It's confusing. It is spooky action at a distance, but it doesn't break causality because you can't get anything through it.
I thought I read something where they said that they did something where they like sent like they sent a particle and it arrived before they sent it or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah,
maybe that was.
They're like weird exceptions, but those never like there's no ansible. Like you cannot send information ever faster than the speed of light, and you going faster than the speed of light is sending information faster than the speed of light. Because as soon as you do that, if you change reference frames faster than c somehow, even if you like hack it, like a lot of people are like, oh well, we won't be able to like travel faster than the speed of light, but maybe we could open a wormhole and then just step through. It still doesn't matter. Going through a wormhole far away even in that sense still would let you break causality, and maybe that's okay somehow. Maybe the universe is cool with breaking causality.
Well, there was that guy who recently said that like mathematically proved a means of time travel that was paradox free, like with math. I didn't read it, but I read the like abstract.
I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, anyone in the comments, that breaking the speed of light in any fashion breaks causality, and if I just cannot see a universe functioning.
Well, and I would worry about
causality.
I would worry about mass too, because doesn't your mass become like so intense you would like
you'd have infinite mass.
Yeah, you'd get like crushed by yourself.
The thing would let you skip that part.
I guess you can't be so certain though until we actually do it.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
But
the
like
thing.
we put together the pieces that we have, I guess, and just assume like A, B, then C will happen. Maybe
Yeah.
fucking D happens. Maybe you
Yeah.
skip C when you do something
That's
weird
true.
like that.
I will certainly not put the number at 100.
I know, but
that
yeah-
you'd break.
right, of course.
Well, because I mean, think about like the 3 body problem stuff that they get into, or wave functions, right? Of like quantum, like if you knew the wave function of the entire universe, you could have a perfect predictive model, and you would know everything that was ever going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's realistic. That's math. If you had
Yeah.
all the information, which obviously you can't have,
Yeah.
you could do that.
Right.
And-
then we get into determinism versus free will. If you could predict everything,
Right, but I mean,
why
like,
making a choice?
Mm-hmm.
right, but like, it's an interesting conundrum for sure. Where like, if you get a predictive model that's close enough, which we're getting to.
Yeah. For the record, I would love to go faster than the speed of
Oh,
light.
me too.
Crazy.
Speed of light
So would Damiani.
is
FTL, he loves it.
so slow. We can't go. I mean, yes, maybe some kind of cryogenic preservation across the stars, but like, nah. I want to get
yeah.
to those galaxies.
We ain't never getting to another planet.
Like every second, like
No,
a
solar
billion
system.
stars leave the radius
Right,
of
right.
things that we could ever
Get to?
because it's
Yeah.
now outside of our bubble.
That's the thing that people don't realize all the time is like things are expanding. So like Andromeda or whatever is moving away from us. So we'd have to compensate for that speed too. It's just like
It's rough.
it's depressing.
Maybe stuff's coming closer though too.
Ooh, like that comet. What's gonna hit us?
Yo, we're gonna get hit by a comet.
Something, yeah, 2152
Oh, yeah,
or
there's
something.
always some
Like
shit
there's
like that.
there is a non-zero chance that
Odds
it'll
in
hit us.
Vegas are hot. It's only like 1,200 to 1.
Yeah.
The betting market is hot right now.
it's
Whether or not
1,200
the
to
human
1.
race will expire next week.
Payouts for our grandkids that
Futures.
none of us will have.
Gambling on futures for meteors.
Well, you might have grandkids. Who
Hey, you might
knows?
as well just gamble everything on the fact that the Earth won't get destroyed, because if it does, who cares?
Hey, that's a good point.
Put it all on black.
Can't get paid if the world is gone, unless we're in space. I really want to be uploaded into a cloud consciousness, like backed up in like a space station, several
freaks
space
me out.
stations.
I used to want that, but I don't think
I want to
do
be like a
anymore.
freaky
I don't think
AI construct, man.
I
wanna,
used to want that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think my opinions changed over time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I would want that.
You don't want to hit up that like Sword Art Online future?
I don't know. I don't think I want to live forever.
Well,
Like, that
I don't think
sense.
anyone wants to live.
I want to
forever.
live for an incredibly long
Right. That's what I
time.
want. I don't want to live.
But
forever.
like, will you be living at that point? I don't know what it'll be like. You know?
The real sticky wicket is it a continuous consciousness or a copy? I would still do it if it's a copy, just
Right.
because like it'd be altruistic for that version of me.
yeah,
But I would hope it's a continuous consciousness because I want to be the one.
this is the prestige.
And it's like if
Yeah.
you're this AI thing, is it gonna be like how you when you were a human or something like that? Are you gonna be able to see still? Or are you just
Right.
gonna have like weird
Presumably.
shit going on?
You'd have
You
to.
can't see anything. You just
It's like
hear things
Bobiverse.
in
You'd
your
have
thoughts.
to have.
I don't know.
like,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
Different
The only
hardware.
ethical thing to do with preserving a life like that, presumably you signed up for it, but even if
Right.
you didn't, as long as the AI or you, whatever, if you, maybe it's just normal biological life extension, we just have our body for a long time and it stays young somehow. You have to be able to opt out, right? At any time, you should be like, I am done living now. I would like to kill myself. Cool. As long as you have that option, there's really no downside to at least trying.
Yeah.
You live until you don't want to live anymore. That's it. I think that's what anyone would want. And the idea that like, okay, so like today, if a 90-year-old or a 100-year-old, let's say a 100-year-old dies, everyone's sad, you go to their funeral, but everyone pretty much says the same thing, like, yo, 100 years.
Good
ago.
run.
Good run.
Good run. Everyone says that. But that's only because our life expectancy right now is like 80. Back a couple hundred years ago, our life expectancy was 32. So if someone got to 45 and then they died, you'd be like, good run. 45, sick. And in the future,
Right.
if the average life expectancy is 150 and someone dies at 100, that'll be sad.
They're
Take it before
projecting.
their time.
They're projecting it's 120 for like us.
I don't know about that.
They're
Really?
projecting that it's getting longer.
what are they
Yeah.
gonna like slow down your aging or something?
No, it's just medical science is better, and like food is like
food
our,
worse? But
your
our
body
tech
will
is
have
better.
more
but like your
obesity?
body
I mean,
will
it
break
depends.
down
Like
at
if
a
you're
point.
eating right, if
Yeah.
you're eating like garbage all the time, sure.
Like living
Damn it.
till you're 32.
What's that
Compared
stuff?
to 80.
The candy you
Yule
wanted to-
scum.
Yule scum.
No
Yeah.
eating Yule scum if you
No
want to get to
Yule scum,
120.
yeah.
120.
I drank Cactus Cooler. That one can probably reduced my lifespan
Yeah.
by 1 month.
Took a month off.
yeah.
Huber the other day was asking me. He was like, Isla, would you put would you body mod? Would you put like stuff in your body or whatever? And I was like,
Yes.
yeah, probably. And then I thought about it and I was like, oh, like I fully already am.
Yeah,
Like
I already hit that.
I'm a fucking cyborg, man. Like it's tight. I'm body modding like crazy. That's why I pierced my ears. I'd never had any like thing changed on my
Forget
body
about
like
AI
that.
consciousness. What about like better eyes? Like eyes that can
Yeah.
see ultraviolet or
Or like a
infrared?
chip that lets you just
I don't know.
like search things.
Like a machine inside me, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Well,
that.
your eye has
But
been
let's say
upgraded.
like if my eye got fucked up or something, then probably yeah. But I
Yeah.
don't know if I would have a normal, healthy eye and just be like, fuck that shit. Give
If
me
it
a
were just,
Kano eye.
objectively better in every way. So you'd have normal as you see it vision, but it would have modes. It could telescope.
Like Google
Maybe.
Glass.
Like
I worry about my eyes.
I'm kind of a skeptic, and I'd be like, someone's gonna fuck with that shit.
yeah.
you wouldn't be an early adopter.
Yeah.
Oh,
For sure.
no.
Give it a
let
number
other
of
people
years.
do
No,
that.
no, no,
Let Elon Musk fucking try it
Yeah.
first.
I mean, they're already probably trying to live forever.
Oh, I'm
Maybe.
sure,
Oh, they are
dude. I'm sure.
certainly.
That
Have to live forever.
Everybody been trying it.
Yeah.
Everybody been trying.
The shitty thing though, the shittiest thing to think about is I do think it'll happen. I do think it's possible,
Be
but I
locked off to
think
the rich.
well, it'll A, be locked off to the rich because capitalism probably ain't gonna get any better. But B, I think it'll be like I think our age. I think we're gonna just miss it by like 50 years.
Well, if we live to 120, maybe we'll get there.
Maybe they
Yeah.
can just resurrect you at
If
a
I live
point.
to
Yo.
120, I'm not even a third of the way there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
To what?
To 120, I'm not a third.
Oh,
of the way there.
right
40
now.
would be a third of the way there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't even.
Hey,
know.
here's hoping.
I don't know.
I've become pretty obsessed with mortality. I'm
Sick, yeah,
pretty
me too. I'm scared
afraid of
death.
dying
I'm
now.
scared of death, 100%.
I was never afraid of dying until both my parents died, and then I got the body I wanted.
Oh.
Now I got skin in the game, you know.
Yeah. Let's cry trending free ourselves. Woo!